Just want to start with this third and short. Again, right? We talked about players, not plays. How can we add a second level defender in if we know we're getting run here? So right here, just showing our too high, press quarters look, and then rocking to field three here and activating our Sam, who's first team all conference player for us, had a good tendency that they were going to run same side power here, and get one unblocked off the edge early in the game to get off the field on third down here, creating some movement and big play to start the game here. So we're going to run the front away, get him off the edge. I really like his blitzing point here, right? He's attacking the hip of Emal here. He's not just running up the field. So when this thing winds back, he has an opportunity here to, make a play in the backfield. Okay, similar situation here, third and short. I'll play this one from the tight. We're just playing, one rat right here, up in a bear look. You're going to have a game on here with the nose and the will linebacker. Again, 51 first team all conference player for us. Knew we could get a game going there. And they have to, big on big it up front. Walk the mic down to create the bear look and, have a TFL here to get off the field on third and short. Okay, gonna out of a 4-down presentation here, run a 6-man plug, right? Move the 3 in the shade opposite and have the linebackers hit their gaps. End up getting unblocked linebacker getting red here, and then ends up making a hell of a football play to get the ball out here on third and short. And then have the free safety dropping in as well. So we were gapped out there. But again, players not plays. What plugs can you do? How can you add in second level defenders? And then we got to finish the thing and actually secure the fumble recovery. Okay, and then also understanding the situation. So just showed a bunch of clips where we're bringing second level defenders, bringing 5, bringing 6, different fronts. Right here, it's third and short, but look where the field zone is, right? They're in that strike zone area, right? And that they're, it's late in the game here. I think it's a tie game potentially at this point. We might have been up by a score and just had a hunch that, they were going to take a shot right here. They kind of had us rocking and rolling a little bit, had some dynamic receivers. So, play base defense and, play 2-man here. And great job by the safety because the quarterback does a nice job, really holding it in there on the RPO. And then, but sees quarterback's intentions, gets off the hash here, and this is a huge play that helps us win a conference championship game. So understanding the situation, understanding who you're playing and what their philosophy is, understanding where you are on the field. I think it's extremely critical and important to calling your third down plays. You can't, we can all create pressures, but you have to have a rhyme or reason and understand who you're defending. Okay, what do we have here? Not sure how this one snuck on here, but again, another good short yardage stop here, being violent, being physical, and trying to own the line of scrimmage. Okay, getting to, third and medium, third and long here, right? But how are we building our front packages? Okay, so I think creating different packages, and we'll talk about who our nickel grouping was last year. We felt that it was 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. And again, it changes the spots they played in, but those were the best available players we had, to have success playing coverage and to be able to get after the quarterback. Right. And in our nickel, we play, a lot of odd front, 505 fronts, odd structure fronts, whether it's a 2-4 techniques and, running the front one way. We saw the bear front a little bit earlier, and then we'll get into, field under fronts and running different creepers or, loading those fronts. And, we'll get into that in a little bit. All right. And then last year, we were, playing cover 1, we were in a quarters world. Right, maybe playing, quarters and lock to us, some kind of combination and 2-man. That's really who we were last year. We've kind of done some research, and seeing where we're going to head into this year. But that's, what we did last year. Okay, and just building that odd front. So odd, obviously, tells the end and tackle they're going to be loose 5 techniques. Okay, but now the Mike and the Will, we can give them, tag mug, is going to walk up and create that, bare front, but have them mugged up in the B gaps there. We can tag up, and that's going to put them outside, and we can run different games there. Our nickel is going to align the passing strength, and he's going to, predominantly be a coverage guy. We will send them in different stuff. But now our Jack, who one of our better players, we have position flexibility with where we can, move him around within the package to create matchups for him. And we'll see some examples of that here. So right here, third and extra long here. So to go against, right, we got our mug up look here, showing, we're playing 2 high defense over here, have our deal going here. But right now we're just going to show and bail. It's third and extra long. Just want to maybe get them to check the protection one way. And if you notice, the linebackers really aren't walked up in there, because I think a huge thing when you run those mug and odd fronts, is tell your linebackers, make it look like you're coming every time, right? You really want to be loaded up in there, and show like you're coming. Right here. They're kind of just up there bluffing around. They're going to leave. I think another important point when you walk those guys up, if you are bailing them, make sure the foot to their coverage is back, or a better way to say that, right? Their back foot, the foot that's back, should be to where they're opening up for their coverage, right? So they have an opportunity to get there. But right here, we're just going to be in, our base defense right here, but show it forces them to slide, full slide, protect to the field. We get our best guy one-on-one on the back. Back is lunging, so we bull here, and that, back's helmet hits the ball, forces a fumble, and we get a takeaway here. Great start to the game. And again, we're just playing base defense here on third and extra long. But because we walk up, they force slide protection. That was their check to full slide it, and we got a one-on-one matchup for our best guy. Now the complement to that, right? Same look we just had. Now you see those linebackers loaded up in there. About 3rd and 6 here. We're playing, man coverage right here. Okay, spinning opposite the nickel, but now we're going to go get after it here. I think we're going to bring 5, have 1 man on the back, so 1 pops out, have a loop stunt here. We knew this week we were going to get this full slide protection here if we walked up, so we wanted to get 9 and 1 on the back, and that's just what we do here. Force a quick throw. Again, that's just as good of a sack in my opinion. Quarterback's throwing off his back foot. Receivers aren't even out of their breaks yet, and we're off the field here on 3rd and 6. I think that's a really good job. So we'll go into the game with this front structure with, a bailout and, a pressure scheme that we like, attacking what we saw in protection there, and how can we manipulate it? Because right there, we get him home clean. Now, later in this same game, they picked up on the loop we had going on here earlier, so we just switched it. And credit to these guys and being in tune to the game plan. They're like, coach, we got to switch it. So we made a different call, slice him, and now we're getting him off the edge clean here. And they weren't expecting that because we had run the other stunts quite a few times on 3rd down earlier. So again, just in man free here, right? And now, tackle slams down on that, and there's no one available to pick up 9. And again, the ball gets out, but he's getting hit. Next time we got to take this thing away here, play better coverage. But again, we're off the field on 3rd and, long there. Okay, just a different way to jazz it up now. We're in mug still, got the Mike and the Will mugged up. Our nickel's part of the, we're playing base coverage here. Okay, but now there's Jack, right? He's not just a boundary player. This week we said, hey, go a line off of 3, okay, and make it look like you're playing off of him, right? And we're just bringing our 4th rusher here, so he makes a Jack right or left call, runs the front the other way, gonna play coverage opposite, and, good things are gonna come of that. So we get, right, they're used to the tackle being upfield. Now he comes underneath, Sam off the edge, got to do a better job getting home here, but force enough pressure. You get 1 mailed up for us here. I'm doing a nice job getting some extra yards here.